It says we're live. So let's see. Let me check it on here.
I just got the notification.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me share it real quick. Perfect. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, and I'm here with the brother Amnawa Allah. And Lord's will, we just wanted to get into a lesson, all right, dealing on the topic of perfection comes through suffering, which, brother had in mind, and we were talking about it, going through a few precepts. And so through the spirit, wanted to, those willing to be edifying, all right, because we understand that, we're actually talking about it, the example, okay, of gold or silver or some precious metal being purified, all right, which you would put it through the fire, okay, and the fire would pretty much purge or burn away all the impurities, because what you want is really at the core, it's really at the core. The rich material is really what you want, and you usually get these metals from the earth, right? These precious metals, they come from the earth. So when you get them from the earth, not knowing how long they've been there, all right, and the dirt and the things that have been mixed in with it. So now you need to use that fire, which is that purification, all right, that heat, to burn and purge off all that dirt or all that dross, okay, so that you can draw out. In essence, when you put something in the fire to purify, you're educating it, because you're drawing out whatever's within. You're drawing out that pure the purified version of this material, okay, and so that's why perfection comes through struggling. It comes through suffering, because that suffering is likened onto that fire burning away all our impurities, all right, and in turn, at the end of it all, we're being made perfect, and what we suffer on the outward perfects us on the inward, okay. So if you got anything or any precepts, whatever, you can go ahead. It's a beautiful thing too, that the way the Lord set it up, like that, okay, where and that's why the Lord said, I will bring the third part through the fire, okay, and the spiritual, the brother's name is present your body as a living sacrifice, and that's exactly what we are required to do, okay. We have to present our body as a living sacrifice. Now, does that mean that you gotta turn into Abraham and Isaac style? No, it's not talking about committing suicide or something of that sort. All right, a living sacrifice meaning you make the Lord's work everything. You sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your quote unquote pleasures in the world, so that you can do the work of the Lord. Okay, you go out there in the highways and byways. When you out there in the freezing cold, doing the work of the Lord, teaching the word of the Lord, that's an example of you making your body a living sacrifice. Okay, when you are doing these lessons, all right, when you sacrifice jobs and opportunities and things in the world for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that's an example of you making your body a living sacrifice. All right, so whatever you got.
I got Romans 5:1. This is Romans 5:1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand.
Beautiful. You said that's Romans 11?
5.
Oh, 5? Read that again.
Romans 5:1. Therefore, being justified by faith.
So, boom, right there. Therefore, what? Being justified by faith. Okay? Therefore, being justified by faith. Not by, as some people like to push, the law. Our justification is not going to come by the law. Why? Because we cannot keep the laws perfectly. Our justification is going to come by faith, because that faith is a gift that was given to us, that we may have a chance, or we may have access to, as it's going to say,
we have peace with the Most High through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach,
by
whom also we have access by faith.
So we have access to Yahushua by what? By faith. That is our key to get to Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the door to salvation. He is the doorway to the Heavenly Father, right? And without the key of faith, you can't open that door. And if you can't open that door, then you're going to be shut without. The doors are going to be shut and you're going to be without, and there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. But what is the key? The key, keeping the laws 100% is not the key, or I should say, yeah, the laws are not the key. All right. The laws are another door. All right. So you have to pick. Are you going with the door of Yahweh Shai, or you going with the door of the laws? All right. And salvation, as we're going into, is going to come through Yahweh Shai. He's the one coming back. All right. He's the one coming with healing in his wings, because we need that healing. You got it?
Into this grace wherein we stand.
This grace wherein we stand. Right? So we stand, the things that we are allowed to do, the things we are permitted, is all through what? It's through the grace. Okay? It's through the grace of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So if without Yahweh Shai, there is no access. There is nothing. There is no light. There is no access. There is nothing. There's just misery. All right? Yahweh Shai is our second chance. He is mercy. Okay? The fact that Yahweh Shai exists is mercy, because the Lord put him here, Matthew 1:21, for he shall deliver his people from their sins. And that's an act of mercy from the Most High, all right, to the nation of Israel. All right, let me see if put this good. Right. All right, to the nation of Israel. So the fact that Yahweh Shai exists is mercy. All right.
All right, precept. This is Hebrews 8:6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises.
There you go. All right, a mediator of a better covenant, which is that second covenant, which is established upon better promises. And ultimately, that's going to be that perfection, okay, in the kingdom of heaven. Because we can actually, when you read in the book of Second Ezra is pretty much telling the angel, well, what's the point in you telling me that we have all these blessings and we have this kingdom and we have this coming and we're all in wickedness? Why does it matter? We're never gonna get it anyway. Look at the condition that we're in. How the hell are we ever gonna get into this glorious kingdom when we can't even get our shit together? All right. But that's, once again, that is why the Lord sent Yahweh Shai. And that is why we have to suffer. Okay, we have to suffer through or suffer by the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, so that we may be made perfect.
Another precept. Hebrews 9:15. And for this cause he is the mediator of a new testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
There you go. You see? So by Yahweh Shai coming and dying, and it had to be Yahweh Shai by his death. Okay, by his death, our sins from that first covenant, trying to keep the laws, but then going off and this, that, and the third. And what happens if you're doing it? Because you realize, right, that keeping the laws is not, oh, well, I do it perfectly today, so then I'm good. No, it's not a one-time thing. This is a continual thing. So what happens if maybe you're just that one Israelite that kept it all perfectly, right? And then a situation like what the Greeks happens, where Antiochus Epiphanes and something of that sort happens, and they forbid you from doing things that you used to be able to do in terms of keeping the laws. Then what? Then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how perfectly you kept it before. You just went off. You just broke one, and pursuant to the book of James, if you break one, you break all. So all of a sudden, that perfection is not permanent. The perfection lasts as long as you are continuing to keep that law. Okay, and that's circumstantial based on the captivities we've gone through. But Yahweh Shai, that grace we get through Yahweh Shai, is permanent. All right.
And I want to say that Most High had to send us son, because all the wickedness we were doing under the first covenant, it was bad. We were all worthy of death. Just like you may think like just breaking one commandment is small, but look at the guy who picked up stones on the Sabbath.
Yep.
It's beautiful how the brother put mediator equals priest and lawyer.
Yep. Gone exactly. And What happens when you get in trouble? Right? What happens when you get pulled over or they arrest you or something? You ask for what? A lawyer, right? That's what I want. I want to speak to my lawyer, right? I want to get a lawyer. Everybody's looking for a lawyer because that lawyer is that one that you're pretty much your last chance, or the one in between you and sudden judgment. Okay, your last fighting chance in court is your lawyer. So if you're coming on here saying, "Oh, well, I know the law says that I can't run this red, or I can't commit murder, or I can't do this, but I did it anyway, and I don't need no damn lawyer." You know what I'm saying? Because I could follow all these perfectly. Well, guess what? You don't need no lawyer. Then what's the point of even coming to court? Because you know what your record is going to show when they bring the police report and they bring all the crimes and charges against you. They're going to show how you broke all these laws. Exactly, Khan. Yep, like the Shalom, Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakatham. All right, like the elder Talzam said, even Esau tells you don't speak to a judge without a lawyer, lest you incriminate yourself and make it impossible for this lawyer to even try to get you out of this case. But everybody needs what? A lawyer that's going to defend them, And there's cases, right, where somebody may be wicked, they may have done the deed, but their lawyer's so good that he gets them off. You see? And that's why lawyers get paid so much. But at the same time, that's why they have to study so much and go into this, that, and the third. So you want to act as though you don't need a lawyer. Well, guess what? When the judgment comes, there's going to be no consideration for you. Right? What Yahushua is doing is all of us are pretty much being brought up on charges to the Most High because he is the ultimate judge. Right? And Yahushua is there pleading on our behalf. On those of us that are of his elect, he's pleading on each and every one of our behalf, right? So he's saying, "Oh, Lord, wait." Then he'll present this case, and that's why there's certain things that we have to do now, right? There's certain things that we are required to do now, so that what he can have something to plead on our behalf of. You can't be, you're in court and your lawyer's trying to fight for you, and you pretty much incriminating yourself as he's trying to fight for you. The lawyer's like, "Oh, judge, he might have did it, but it was an accident." But you in the back say, "Nah, I did it. Ain't no accident. I saw her on the street, and then I stepped on the gas because I knew she was coming. So I wanted to flatten her, make her one with the road because I saw that in GTA last night." How is the lawyer supposed to defend you? Yep, a lawyer has to pass the bar test. Yahushua is above the bar. There you go. So you'd be out of your mind to try and turn, and the thing is, how they in some cases, if you don't have your own lawyer, they give you a lawyer. All right. Well, in this case, the Lord gave us the lawyer. The Lord gave us Yahushua to be our lawyer because he's the judge, and he says, "Look, I have to judge. All right, but I don't want to judge you this way. So here's your fighting chance. Here's your lawyer. All right, and he's above the law. Okay. So, but even that little bit. That's like here it is. You're trying to pay for something. It costs $100 and you have only $2. And the Lord is like, "Look, I'll cover the 98, but you got to do your $2 part." $2, Lord, dang. I mean, shit. You could. I don't know if I got two. I don't know. And then you got them Israelites straight up. "Nah, don't keep your money. I don't need your money." So how you gonna pay for it? But that's Jake. That's right, public defender. You got it, brother.
Continuing from Romans 5:2. I'll start again.
Mm-hmm.
By whom also we have access by faith into this grace, wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High.
There you go. We stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of the Most High. Okay, so that's what we do. We're doing this in hope through faith. Okay, faith is our proof, but we're able to stand through hope because why do you think we go out there? Why do you think we do these lessons? Because we hope we're part of the elect. We hope we get delivered out of here. We hope the Lord has mercy on us. And so that's why we do this, to strengthen that hope and to keep that hope. And we know according to the scriptures that what? If we keep on doing this and we endure unto the end, then we would just have to be those men. All right, but you need hope. Hope is a strong thing because if you don't have hope, what's going to drive you to fight? Right? You don't have any solid proof that you're of the elect. The Lord didn't come and tell you are of the elect. You hope that you're of the elect because the Lord got his spirit on you and that he's dealing with you in this sense. that you could go out there and prophesy and break down these scriptures and understand, what's the will of the Lord. And that gives you hope that, hey, Lord's will, I might be a part of the elect because I'm able to do these things that the scriptures say the elect would do. That is hope. Okay. And that hope is what drives us to have faith to keep on going. But you cannot access these things if you don't have that faith. And you are in a position where you need help, but you don't want to admit that you need help. That's what happens when you reject Yahweh Shai. And you know what happens when you reject Yahweh Shai? Everything goes along with it. And that's why the scriptures say, if any man think himself to be something, let him take heed lest he fall, because you realize that everything that you've been able to do, it doesn't matter if you're the best teacher in Israel. It doesn't matter if you remember 1,000 precepts. It doesn't matter if you could break down Daniel, the 11th chapter to a bear, and have them, oh, that makes sense. It doesn't matter if you can do that. You're only able to do that through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And once you start to think that it is of you, and you start to think that you don't need Yahweh Shai, what's going to happen when Yahweh Shai draws back? And when you do that, you got to remember Revelation 3:20. The reason that because you have a lot of individuals who at one point the Lord was supping with them. When they first learned the Lord was supping with them, but they got to a point where they said, you get out of my house. You can leave now. And that house is your mind. They said, you can leave now. I got another guest coming in. And that's those demons, So what? They kicked out the Lord so that they can invite the demons in. They said, Lord, you can get out of here now. I got another guest coming in. I don't need you. I'm about this. I'm about that. I want this. And then what happens when the Lord leaves? Them demons come in. They bring 1, they bring 2, they bring 3, they bring 4. And the Lord ain't coming back. Okay, the scriptures say, then you crucify the Son of Man afresh. And the Lord ain't going to go on the cross twice. You got it?
Verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulations worketh patience.
Right. We glory in tribulation, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. So we understand that, look, you got to think about it, right? Now, when the disciples, like when the apostles, when they got beat, and it says that they rejoiced, you may say, well, hold on, are these a bunch of sadists? You know what I'm saying? Because when you getting beat, listen, that's not a feel good. You getting beat. That shit hurts. Right? People buffeting you, people smacking you, slapping you, and all of that. That doesn't feel good. But for them to be able to rejoice in all of that, that says what? That's the spirit they understood. That, hey, this means that what? We have a greater reward coming. Okay? If somebody said, look, every time you get slapped, right, that's $1 million right there. You're gonna slap me again. It's gonna hurt, but you're not gonna give off the reaction of pain. You'd rather give off the reaction of joy. Because you understand what comes with that slap, right? What comes with the pain. So you get another one. You know what I'm saying? I need a couple more million, right? Get 1, 2, 1. But your face is all red, but you keep coming back. Now, if somebody from the outside is just looking in and they don't know the situation, they don't know the contract, they don't know what's going on over there, they're gonna say, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He's getting slapped left and right, and he's happy, he's smiling. He's like more and more. And they're going to think there's something wrong with you, right? Well, that's how the world looks at us. When we go through these things we go through, pertaining to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, it says they counted his life madness, right? They say, you guys are wasting it. What the hell is wrong with you guys? You guys are crazy. But they don't know. So when the reward comes, the same individual you saw getting slapped, you say, oh, this guy is crazy. You put him on Snapchat. Guess what? A couple years later, you see the same individual in a brand new car. He owns mansions. You see him on the news. You're like, yo, isn't that the guy that was getting slapped? How the hell did he get all that money? And then he explains, it was a content, that I had to go through, yada, yada, yada. And then in return, this is what I got. That's when you get that, oh, if I knew that, I would have got slapped too. Right? Hey, you got it.
And patience, experience, and experience hope.
Go ahead. That was it on that?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get the next one. And experience hope. All right. And that's why we listen to those that are more experienced, because they know. All right. And they can tell you, look, I've done this. I've done that. You're going off the wrong, you're going the wrong way. You got to stop. You got to come this way. But the problem is, once again, and this is a bad habit that it's like a spirit that's on Jake, and is like not being able to, put aside your feelings and emotions, and actually just pay attention to what's being said. Okay, because sometimes you may be getting cursed out, but whatever you're getting cursed out about makes all the sense in the world, and you know it, but it's hard for you to just you know put away that feeling of being cursed out. Put away that feeling of just being told that you're wrong. Some people, look, you could tell them in the nicest way possible, you know, but it's the spirit of rebelliousness, the spirit of rebellion, you know, where I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong because you're telling me I'm wrong. It makes all the sense in the world. It's just the fact that you are telling me, you know, it is the fact that it's hard for me to admit it and swallow that pill, and just take the constructive criticism from that. Look, when you go off, the first thing you should be thinking about is, damn, how do I make it right? Instead of, damn, yo, yeah, I know I'm off, but the way you said it is no, it's fine. Now that I'm off, thank you for letting me know that. But now I'm thinking of already, damn, like, maybe like a month from now, how can I make it better? Like it feels almost like you fell back a bit. Now you got to play catch up.
I want to bring a quick precept on hope.
Go.
This is Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? But if we hope for that we see not, then do with patience wait for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. You want to speak on it?
No.
So pretty much, I'll read that again, Bakusha. Because why, like Paul said, why hope for something that when you get a job, right? Say you've been working at a job for 5 years and you get a weekly paycheck, like you're on, I don't know, maybe salary, right? You get a weekly paycheck of $2,000, right? Now, every week for the past 5 years, you check your account, Friday night is $2,000 direct deposit coming in there. You don't stop on Wednesday and say, man, I hope I get paid on Friday. Well, because if you already have it, why are you hoping for it? You already know what it is, right? So So read that again, actually.
Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for?
There you go. What you see and what you're already assured of. Why do you hope for it? You hope when you're not sure, but you want that to be the case. But you're not 100% solidified that is the case. You go for a job interview, you say, man, I hope I get this job, right? But when you already get the job, you don't need to, I hope I keep this job. Or no, you already have it. You hope for things that you don't have because you hope that you can get them. And we're saved by hope because hope sets off a chain reaction, right? When you hear about the kingdom and you hear about all these things, then you hope, damn, I hope I can make it there. I hope I'm part of the elect. Now, when you hope you're part of the elect, what are some things you're going to do? Well, I mean, shit, what I got to do then? What are the qualifications? If you say, man, I want a job, and then you see, the job posting on there, you say, man, I hope I get this job. Do you just say that? Yeah, you see the job, you want the job, and you say, man, I hope I get this job, and that's it. No, I hope I get this job while you're applying, while you're filling out the forms, while you're fixing your resume, while you're uploading it onto the site. Then you say, I hope I get this job, because that hope is driving you to do, okay, I'm going to do what the job requirements are, but I hope that that's enough to get me the job. So we are saved through hope because that hope is going to set off a chain reaction for us to do the things that are necessary for us to gain that salvation. Okay? For us to have faith. I hope my faith is enough. I hope that I'm studying enough. I hope I'm pleasing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai enough. Okay? And in that hope is going to drive you to do these things. Okay?
And you got to have, while you're doing those things, you got to have faith that you're doing it correctly.
That's right. Yep. Hey, look, at the end of the day, man, all this is based on faith. We believe it to be true. We believe it to be true, but it's all based on faith. Because none of us have gone to the spirit world right now, and then here it is, you look up and the portal just opens before your eyes and you see in the owl and your Yahushai and all of that. We haven't done that. And yet we speak so boldly as though we have. Why? Because it's faith. And the scriptures talk about, I think you actually got that.
This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
The evidence of things not seen, the substance of things hoped for. Okay? So if somebody, because you may tell somebody something, and a lot of people, now they don't just take your word for it. They want proof, right? So you may say, oh, I heard such and such happen. Oh, yeah, what article was that? Send me the article, or where'd you hear it? Or show me the video, show me the clip. Proof, substance. They want proof of what you're saying. Well, the only thing we can give you is faith. So you have certain people come up and say, well, you guys say this. Well, how do you know this? And then we'll tell them it's based on faith. Okay? And they get so irate and so messed up because they can't receive that proof lest that they have the same faith. Right? If this brother has the same faith as me, then when I tell him it's based on faith, he gets it. But for somebody else, you may tell them it's based on faith. They may look at you like,
yeah, Jake always wants physical proof.
That's it. And the Lord said, this wicked and adulterous generation seeking for sign. That you ain't gonna get no grandiose sign. You know what's going on right now? What's going on right now is pretty much what happened 2,000 years ago. When Yahushua came on the scene, and you had certain men that said they believed that's Yahushua. But what's the proof? Right? They had faith. And that's why the Lord told Peter, blessed are your eyes, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto you, because flesh and blood will be the physical proof. You see? But the spirit, and that comes what? Through faith. And that's what's going on right now. That's why a lot of things are coming out now, that you have to have the spirit, to believe it. Okay?
All right, you want us to get into Hebrews 2?
Yeah, let's get into Hebrews 2.
All right, this is Hebrews chapter 2 and 1. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip.
Right, and that's why we remain diligent. Okay, you don't want to let these things slip. You don't want to. That's why the Lord said, "What? Hold fast that which thou hast." Okay, when it says fast, it doesn't mean with speed. Well, speed is included, but it means tight, like a tight grip. You got to hold it fast. Imagine if you had an infant child that was about to fall out your hands.
I was just thinking of that.
Oh yeah? Oh, that's a spirit. That's a spirit. Spiritual power, brother. But if you had like an infant that almost slipped out your hand, that you're gonna hold them fast. You're gonna grab them and keep them tight. You're gonna keep them. That's how you gotta hold this truth, lest it slip. The fear you have for you to maybe you standing at the top of a bridge somewhere. Maybe like you holding your child, like they want to see, so you pick them up, and something happens, and you almost let go of them. That speed in which you grab them and you hold them tight, and you pull them back and you hold them there. That's how you got to hold this truth, lest at any time it slips. All right. Actually, let's get some of these precepts here. This is Virgin Islands Straight Gate, 2 Corinthians 4:13. We having the same spirit of faith. You hear that? The same spirit of faith. Okay? According as it is written, I believed and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak. Come on. All right. This is the elder Italics, stay in the spirit, 144. Isaiah 8 and 1. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion. All right. Beautiful. Virgin Islands Straight Gate, John 20 and 29, it says, Yahushua saith unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet believe. And look at what time we are in now. What have we seen? I mean, we see chariots here and there, but it's faith that we believe that those are the angels and the vehicles of the heavens. Okay? Got it.
Hebrews 2 and 2. For the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received just a recompense of reward. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation?
How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation? And the answer is we won't. Okay? We won't. If you neglect the salvation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the salvation that comes through Yahushai, you need to understand that. But you know what? Ultimately, a lot of people, they just don't want salvation. A lot of people have become comfortable in Babylon. They don't want salvation. They're okay. They want to be in a state of waiting for salvation, but never really getting the salvation because they don't want to change the condition they're in now. If you truly wanted salvation, you would 100% accept Yahweh Shai. 144%. Okay. Brother said YouTube stopped me from posting scriptures. I mean, try maybe just exiting the video, coming back. Stay in spirit 144. 1 Peter 8. Slakia 1 and 8. It says, "Whom having not seen ye love." Ooh, I mean, damn, you gotta just think about that for a minute. Whom having not seen ye love. Look at the things we are willing to do for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And in this lifetime, we haven't physically seen Yahweh Shai, and yet we're willing to even lose our lives for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Think about that. That's not of us. That's not something that the world considers normal, right? It says, in whom though now ye see him not, yet believing ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory. And we know that feeling. Here it is. You start getting into the kingdom. You're talking about certain things here and there. You get so excited, you feel like your spirit about to jump out of your body. You may watch some that brother, especially Menatazak Banyamyan. He does a lot of good videos. He'll do the edits, the spiritual power videos, the kingdom videos. And you watching those things combined with your imagination of what the scriptures say, what the scriptures say and how you imagine the kingdom. You're like, oh, and just a tiny little visual. And these are edits. And you get all excited, joy unspeakable.
It's going to be better than that.
Because the scriptures say that I have not seen, neither have ear heard, neither has it entered into the minds of men what the Lord has planned for us. So whatever you see or whatever you imagine, the kingdom is going to far surpass that. All right? That's why we do what we do. Continuing verse 9, it says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. And that is ultimately the goal. All right? Our faith has been started, but we want to receive the end of our faith. And you know what? Ultimately, that's going to be when the Lord puts those crowns on our heads. Because then we're going to see the Lord. We're going to be in his presence. We're not going to need to, I got to believe without seeing. Everything is going to be right there. All right? You got it?
Hebrews 2 and 3. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him?
Right. And when Yahweh Shai came on the scene, that's what he was teaching. All right. He was preaching about the salvation, about the kingdom of heaven. That's why a lot of the parables he would say the kingdom of heaven is likened onto. I did a video like that. It's likened onto a rich man that sent servants, a man telling his servants to go bid people to the marriage, to go bid people to the supper, to attend virgins and the bridegroom. All these, the Lord was constantly also talking about the kingdom. Okay, and these are things that are written. What about some of the things that aren't written that he might have spoke about with his disciples? No wonder they were so eager, to get the king. Oh Lord, are you now gonna restore the kingdom to Israel? They were so excited and eager. Okay, but nevertheless, Yahweh Shai preached those things, and his disciples confirmed them. And that's why when you read, I believe in the book of Peter, it says, we have not, let me see if I can pull it up. Spoke about cunningly devised, let me just see, fables. All right, I believe in the book of Peter and maybe John or just Peter. And he spoke about, there we go, 2 Peter 1 and 16. So let me read this. It says, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 16, it says, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. See? So just like you just read in Hebrews 2, the Lord was saying these things and his disciples confirmed them. They said, look, we were with the man. 3 years we were with the man. We heard what he said. We followed everything he said. So we're not telling you some lies, some fables, we making things up. We witnessed the miracles he did, and we're telling you we are eyewitnesses and confirming what our Lord and Savior did and said. All right, so let's keep going. And we could wrap it up on Hebrews 2.
Hebrews 2 and 4. God also bearing them witnesses, both with signs and wonders, and with divers miracles,
Mhm.
and the gifts of the Holy Ghost,
Mhm.
according to his own will.
According to his own will. And so when the Lord wills it, he'll do the same thing. All right. To bear witness that, look, these are the men I'm dealing with. When Korah, Dathan, and Abiram came against Moses, right? What did when they came against, really, because Moses in the Hebrew is what? Masha, right? So when they came against Moses, what happened? The Lord showed a sign. And when Moses said, he said, if I be a man of the Lord, these men are not going to die normal deaths. The earth is going to open up and swallow these men. And that's exactly what happened. And the Lord used that sign to confirm, I'm dealing with Moses and Aaron. So if you got a problem with that, I might swallow you up too. You know? So the Lord is going to show signs. He always shows signs to confirm who he is dealing with. All right? Yeah, how about Shem Shai? Just because he's long suffering doesn't mean he's not going to act at all. All right? And that's why we got to fear the Lord. We have a defender of the heavens, all right, or a defender from the heavens. So we don't need to physically get carnal. No, we got a defender, all right, spiritual defender. Got it.
Our weapons of warfare are not carnal,
That's
but
it.
spiritual.
That's it. That's it. Beautiful, beautiful. And that, and you know what? You realize that those are the cuts that hurt the most. You know, you get people get all disoriented, they get all hurt. You know, they want to get carnal so bad when you cut them with the word, because there's no cut that's sharper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now yo, you nigga, you this, you that. I mean, why are you so hurt? You know what I'm saying? We just brought out a couple of precepts. What you so mad about, bro? I mean, I thought you believed in the same book. You know, nah, because that's what the word does. It cuts you, and that's why it says it's a discerner of thoughts. Because when you get cut with the scriptures, you're either gonna do one of two things. You either gonna humble down and accept reproof, or your inner demons are gonna come out. Okay? Because that's what happens. It's like, I don't know, spraying Raid on a roach, you know, or turn the lights on the roach. They start moving all crazy and shit. You know, what the fuck is that? You know, they start moving. You got it.
It's in Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and the intents of the heart.
There you go. So you want to know, and that's why the scriptures talk about trying the spirits, right? You have to try somebody's spirit. So how do you try a spirit? By the word of the Lord. Whether they're receptive to it or whether they're repulsive, whether they push it, you know, away. You try it by the spirit. Okay? And that's why the word is sharper. You want to cut somebody, cut them with the scriptures, man. Cut them. If you want somebody to depart, bring out the scriptures. You know? So let's go back to Hebrews 2.
This is Hebrews 2:5. For unto the angels have he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak.
Right, because ultimately the world to come, who is it really in subjection under? It's Yahushua. Now he is an angel, but he is the top angel. Okay, go ahead.
For one in a certain place testified, saying, what is man, that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man, that is thou visitest him?
Yeah, and that's when we have to keep that in mind, because the Lord likened us unto a worm. Jacob, thou worm. That's how powerless we are in the sight of the Lord. So that's why the scriptures say pride was not made for man. What the hell does a worm, what business does a worm got being proud? Imagine you seeing a worm, right? And you almost step on the worm and then you stop. You just hear a little scream and shit.
And then you stop. Talking you.
Yeah, exactly. The worm, the worm is inching and shit, and then they gonna stop. He gonna turn around and look at you. What you gonna step on me? You know who I am? I've been digging in these soils for generations before you were born. Who the hell you think you are? That's that worm talking shit to you. You looking at the worm and you just might laugh because you don't even take that worm seriously. You like, this nigga here. That's how the Lord is looking at you, because the Lord knows, that on an instant, that's it. The worm is done. So you might just let him talk all his shit and then afterwards just step on him. And that's what the Lord is doing. Go ahead.
Thou madest him a little lower than the angels. Thou crownest him with glory and honor, and didst set him over the works of thy hands.
And that's talking about Yahushua, When the Lord sent Yahushua on the earth, he made him a little lower than the angels. Okay, and Jake was expecting Yahushua to come bright aura, the world like Goku turning Super Saiyan or something. Oh, I'm here. Nigga, take the Romans, bring them over here. I'm chop their heads off. And that's why when they saw him coming on they looking for this guy, and then they see him. Nah, him, But it shows you the carnality, all right? Because if they were looking in the spirit, they would have seen what they were looking for. They would have seen, oh, shoot, if they were looking in the spirit. But they weren't, all right? They were looking in the flesh. And that's why the scripture says, judge not according to the outward appearance. You got anything else?
Can I bring up this?
Yep, you get that.
This is 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as a Mashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin.
There you go. So what was Yahushua armed with? That's why it says arm yourselves with the same mind, that you may be able to go through whatever it is that you got to go through. That's why the Lord had to make Yahushua a little lower than the angels, so that he could suffer these things, so that he could experience what it's like to be in the flesh and suffer like that, so that he knows exactly what we feel. So he can be a better mediator, because he knows exactly what we feel. He went through worse than any of us. So he knows more than what we feel. So when you cry unto the Heavenly Father, trust me, Yahushua knows. All right. He's like, listen, I know. All right. I was there. So I know. Don't worry. I got you. All right. You got it?
Go back to Hebrews.
Yeah.
Hebrews 2:7. Wait. So like
8.
verse 8. Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet. For in that he put all subjection under him, he left nothing that is not put under him. But now we see not yet all things put under him.
Exactly. Why? Because the Lord told Yahushua, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. And a footstool goes where? It goes under your feet. Right? So the Lord put everything under Yahushua. He has the authority, but it hasn't physically manifested yet. Why? Because it has to manifest in time of prophecy. Okay? It got added on. It's not added on, but it's just the order in the prophecy where it goes. Certain things have to happen before that. So the Lord put everything under Yahushua, that Yahushua may be under him, and in total, everything may be under him. All right? Got it?
Verse 9, but we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of God, should taste death for every man.
And that every man is talking about Israelites, all right? Not everybody in all the world, but if you can receive it, okay? Go ahead. And really it starts with the elect.
For it became him, for whom all things, and by whom all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings.
Yeah, because who is the captain of our salvation? Yahushua. And he was made perfect through the sufferings. Okay, that's why when he was on the cross, he said, it is finished. He has now been made perfect. Okay, the first Adam and the last Adam. And through him, we are also being made perfect. Because if the captain of our salvation is perfect, then our salvation is perfect. Okay, go ahead.
And I was thinking that you see everything Yahushua went through, all the pain, the suffering, and then all the things we'll go through. No wonder why he's been made our captain, because he went through worse, and he want to come save us out of it. That's why scripture say he was screaming like a travailing woman, because he's edging, he's waiting for that moment to come and save us.
Gone. Beautiful point. Yeah, because a captain, you don't just get up and make somebody a captain. A captain at one point was just like you, right? He was on the team, he played, he got experience, and now he was put in that position. So for you that come in, you can follow his lead. You're not gonna put somebody that doesn't know what he's doing as a captain. Then he wouldn't be a perfect captain, then would he? And a perfect captain would set up in process of time a perfect team, because he'll know, okay, you need just this amount of training, you need to do this, you need to do that, and he'll be able to, because he's all around, he has it all. So he knows, okay, whoever's playing first base, you got to do this more, you got to do this more, you got to do that more. And that's what Yahushua is doing. And Yahushua delegates the spirit, who he gives what to, because he needs to balance out the body. So he might put somebody over here, he might put somebody over here, he might give this person over here a good portion of the spirit, a bigger portion of the spirit, because maybe in his area, it's not, so he got to balance it out. You can't concentrate it all in one area, okay? Because remember, a false balance is an abomination. So Yahushua delegates the spirit, says, all right, you boom. And that's why you have, brothers that are able to do more videos than others, or, but it doesn't mean that you're of any less significance. It's just the order in which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua set it up, because you are just as important. You may say, oh, I don't have as much of the spirit as this brother, but then again, without you, the body wouldn't be whole. Because you may say, oh, well, I'm just a fingernail, or I'm just an ear. What significance do I have? But if you chop off somebody's ear, you're gonna see what significance you missing, right? It's just an eyeball. Look how small it is compared to the brain, right? But let somebody take out your eye and see how much you're gonna see how much you needed that eye. See, so the body's not whole. It doesn't matter how small the piece is that was missing. If even one piece is missing, the body is not whole. Okay? Exactly. The book of Obadiah is one chapter, but look how significant it is. You see? So it's all impactful and it's all needed. And if you take out, and that's why the Lord said, not one jot or one tittle, shall in no wise pass, because you need it all to be in here. Every single word for the book to be complete, for it to be whole. Just like you need every single brother and every single member of the elect to be here for the body to be complete. So don't look at it like, I got you. So don't look at it like, oh, I can't do this many videos, or I only get this many views. Hey, you are still needed for the body to be whole. If not, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's just like how the Most High said, if you add or subtract to his word, then the plagues will be
added on to you.
Because his word is pure. So if you take away from that or add to it, the purity is gone.
Right. Yep. Gone. Exactly. Yep. So let's go back. Hebrews 2.
Hebrews 2 and 11. For both he that sanctified and they who are sanctified are all of one. For which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren.
Because we're all one. So Yahushua is not ashamed to call his brethren. I mean, damn, man, we're talking about the second spirit in command in all of existence. I'm gonna get my brother on you. Yeah, all right, go get your brother. Who's your brother? Oh, the creator, pretty much, the son of the creator. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is a big deal. What we're involved of, and I always say this, man, we don't even realize how big what we're involved in is. To us, oh, we here, we in the living room, we're doing a video, right? We're just going into the scriptures. But when the Lord magnifies this thing, you're gonna see what level of importance what you're involved in actually is. You got it.
Saying, I would declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. And again, I put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death we might destroy him that had power of death, that is, the devil.
There you go. So that through death he might destroy him. So Yahushua defeated death. And now, being the captain, right, we can follow in his footsteps. Oh, hey, what you mean you trying to stop me? Nope, that's my brother right there. So we got VIP access through Yahushua because he did it. So we could come and use his path. We could come in his name. You come, they say, well, you're not on the list. Well, check again. Yahushua, that's it. Shoot, come right this way. Matter of fact, don't even go that way. Come this way. So pretty much but you gain that access through Yahushua. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 15, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
That's right, because even when you go into, for example, the laws, right? The laws were, in essence, if you broke the law, what was the wages of sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. And what is the wages of sin? Death. And through fear of that, we had to be a certain kind of way, which ultimately we're still going to have to be that way. But in the kingdom, the Lord is not going to make it restrictive. He'll make it more like a part of us. You don't know, you know that, hey, if I don't breathe, I'm going to suffocate. But you don't feel like that's a boundary. Why I got to breathe, you know? There, you see, I did it. No, you do it because it's a part of you. It's innate. You see, so that way, breathing, you want to breathe. You don't feel like, yeah, I got to remember if I don't breathe, I'm going to suffocate. But right now, the laws are like that. Yeah, I got to remember if I don't do this, if I don't do this. But once the Lord makes it a part of us, it'll be like breathing. Nobody needs to come and tell you to breathe. Nobody needs to tell you, yo, if you don't breathe, it's going to happen to you. Oh, yeah, I already know. I was trying to breathe yesterday, but I got caught up with all these things, so I couldn't really breathe as much. Nobody does that. It's innate. It's normal, right? So in the kingdom, when the laws are a part of us, we will normally, naturally keep them. You won't need to tell yourself, don't look at that woman that way because she's not single. You the same way you don't look at your mom a certain kind of way, or your sister a certain kind of way, you wouldn't look at another man's woman a certain kind of way. Naturally, you'll just be disgusted. Okay? It'll be natural. And that's why we'll be perfect. Nobody has to tell you don't look at your mom a certain kind of way. Nobody has to tell you that. Right? So in the kingdom, it'll be just like that. If you see a corpse, live corpse, do you start drooling? Do you want to put on a bib and grab a fork and knife like I'm about to dig in? No. You want to get away from me. Like, what the hell is that? Well, that's how we're going to be when we see like pork, trying to be made as a delicacy. Just the thought of it is going to be like almost like how you feel now looking at a human body, looking at cannibalism. You see, you don't want to do that. So in the kingdom, it's all going to be normal. It'll be natural. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 16. For verily, he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
That's right. So he came in the flesh through the line, right? Through the seed of Abraham. Go ahead.
Wherefore, in all things, it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren.
And it's spiritual right there because Yahushua was the literal seed of Abraham, but then again, he also came through the line of Abraham. Because who was the seed? Who was the true seed of Abraham? Isaac. And who was Isaac? Yahushua. And then again, he came back through that same line. Okay, but go ahead.
That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
Right. So the Lord, it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest. Because if you come to me with excuses, right, and I'm like, you always got an excuse. What was it this time? Oh, the bus, my dog ate my homework, the bus ran late, this happened. If I've never experienced those things, to me, it just sounds like excuses. Oh, do better. But if I was in your shoes, I've been on the bus, I've been late, I know what it's like. When you tell me, I can understand better, and more than likely, I won't penalize you like I would before because I know what it's like. I know that it's not in your power because I've been there before. See? So Yahushua, having gone through the things of a man, okay, and still being made perfect, he understands when certain things happen to us, when we pray for certain things, when we go through certain things, all right, because ultimately everything still comes from the Most High. So Yahushua pleads on our behalf, oh Lord, such and such, such and such. All right, let's finish it off.
Yeah, verse 18. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted.
There you go. See? So I've been there, I've done that. So you that are tempted, I know what you're going through and I can give you the best solution. If I was sick and I use a certain remedy to get healed, if you sick, I know exactly what you're going through, and I can give you the best remedy to get healed because I was there at one point, so I'm not speaking out my ass, I'm speaking from experience. Okay. And that's really the best kind of teacher, right? One that was in your shoes at one point. So he knows exactly, oh, but you don't understand. No, but I do understand. All right. You got anything? Need points. All right. Yeah. So, hey, pretty much we're going to end it here. We're going to wrap it up. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. We just wanted to go into that real quick. Just always remember that, that's something, Haran said yesterday, addition by subtraction. Okay. Addition by subtraction. Sometimes the Lord, takes certain things away from you and it may hurt, but at the end of it all, something better is being added onto you. Okay, you're being made more perfect. The inward man is being perfected daily. Okay, and in order for the inward man to be perfected or added onto, the outward man that needs to be subtracted from. Okay, so with that, we hope you were edified. In closing, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.